Good morning. I'm Sister Jeannette Fennewald, School Sister of Notre Dame, and I'm glad to have this opportunity to spend a few minutes with you today. Our first reading today is taken from the book of Daniel. Azariah, who is one of the three men who was in the fiery furnace, is pleading with God to have mercy on him and not to forget his ancestors. If you remember, the three men were thrown into the fiery furnace because they refused to worship an idol that Nebuchadnezzar had formed. In the midst of the fire going on, these three men were not destroyed. They were not burned to death. In fact, a fourth person appeared in the fire with them. But the soldiers were urged to throw more coal into the fire, make it hotter, make it worse for them. Does it seem like sometimes we have a lot thrown into our frying pan? Things that we think we can't handle anymore, and yet there's more things thrown and the fire gets hotter. Our gospel today comes from the Gospel of St. Matthew. In that gospel, Peter asks the Lord, "How many times do I have to forgive?" Jesus' answer to him was 7 times 70, which is an eternity. Do we sometimes share the feeling of Peter? Do we sometimes want to say, "I have forgiven this person so many times. He or she just doesn't seem to learn. You can't ask me to forgive and forget this, whatever's happened between us." But Jesus says, forgive 7 times 70. As much as I have limits, God has none. He's not put off by fiery flames. He's not put off by unforgiveness. He is there to share who he is, and God can pull us from the flames. God can help us show mercy and forgiveness. Our responsorial psalm today ends with, "Good and upright is the Lord. Thus he shows sinners the way. He guides the humble to justice. He teaches the humble his ways." God shows us the way. I am not in control. I think we've all realized that this past year with what has happened with the pandemic. None of us are in control. If we have hope, it comes from God. God is the one who never changes. He's always there, showing forgiveness, showing mercy, guiding us. If we can remember that, we won't have to ask Peter's question, or at least dwell on it. And we know that we will be taken out of the fiery furnace, just like the three men were at the time of Daniel. Have a great day. God bless you, and have a blessed Lent.